Excellent XRP can be as high as $100,000, $200,000, or even $1 million. Quincy Jones, one of the top developers, will respond to your query. I adore this video. Considering how many fresh people there are in the XRP space, I figured I'd bring it back. And what a great time this video is. He has a thorough understanding of how this XRP can appreciate in value, and I'd like him to give you an explanation. At the end, I received more information about tokenization from ISO, and I also have some more fantastic XRP news. So let's get started with this. Together with learning a lot, let's enjoy ourselves a little. Okay, let's begin playing. Anybody claiming to know where XRP's price is headed is completely ignorant. We're not sure. Nothing, not a clue. However, I will provide you a sliver of a possible outcome. Thus, XRP is nothing more than a valuable financial instrument. And that instrument is essentially the liquidity of the instrument between various other instruments such as bonds, equities, currencies, and everything else. Furthermore, because it would take XRP to purchase those items on the network and utilize that liquidity, the value of the XRP that is released on it is limited to that amount. In this case, what ultimately transpires is that you are required to issue all debt in addition to all equity. Thus, the only financial constraint on XRP is the people who issue assets on it, which is blatantly careless. Hence, the value of XRP may range from $100 to $1 million depending on how many assets you wish to distribute over the network. That's a lot of money on the network if you want to offer equity for $100 trillion. So that's good. What would happen if they wanted to issue $500 million in debt in addition to adding value to the network? Because of the debt issue, there's an incredible amount of wealth that could theoretically be moving through these networks that we are unable to even fathom. This wealth would allow for the constant issuance of value in the form of fine. Issuing credit, correct? We frequently discuss tokenizing stocks and bonds on this channel. We also discuss that frequently, but have a look at this. What is the global debt burden? I believe it to be around 300 trillion, 305 trillion. I was 5 trillion wrong. Thus, it is possible that central banks could convene and declare, hey, we have the old system, all of this debt is intended to be issued under the new system, It's possible that they may use the XRP ledger for it. Similar systems are what central banks will wish to employ. There are numerous applications for this, such as Quant and XLM. However, moving this debt and this wealth to blockchain is the aim here. Isn't that what we're praying for? And we're all probably going to get a tiny bit of this, whether we're Quant lovers, XLM lovers, or RP lovers. The world is full of so much worth. Additionally, when it transitions over the next few years to the blockchain, correct? Is it 10, 5, or whatever years? That will result in a significant price change. Since the market cap is now worth $100 trillion more if you have, as he mentioned, $100 trillion in debt, that is extremely exciting, isn't it? That's the outcome we hope to achieve. All right, I always use this amazing clip as a quote, and I like to bring it up when it comes up. I think I brought this up 2 years ago and maybe 8 or 9 months ago. But because cryptocurrencies are so inexpensive to shift value, bankers, central bankers, and other big businesses will adopt them. Look into this. Indeed, folks, this industry is insanely tribalistic. There are maximalists who believe in Bitcoin, for example. However, everyone feels that XRP is bad, and to be honest, I'm not entirely sure I understand it. They are a legitimate firm, after all. They don't act different from who they are. They excel at one thing above all else, transferring money quickly and affordably. And it's excellent. Large needs are met by it. And it's really beneficial for a hedge fund like ours to be able to denominate in XRP. And Ripple, I just done the same thing. We performed our initial closing. We invested more than $50 million in the company in XRP and Ripple in less than 2 seconds at a cost of 30 cents. That is just remarkable. The only problem is that neither Bitcoin nor money can be used for that. It costs 30 cents to move $50 million, correct? What is the price of sending $50 million using Ethereum or Bitcoin? It would be really expensive, am I right? Because of this, the use case is actually not the best fit for the goals that some of these institutions have. Is that the reason for XRP? I take it that Ripple has essentially mastered cross-border payments. After then, they were able to master CBDCs, correct? They're entering the stablecoin market now, correct? As a result, they go and excel in one thing. After they work that out, surely they have teams, of course, to keep refining what they have created. However, they proceed to the next item. Thus, they are able to provide all of these services, correct? Is that Medeco? Value tokenization. We all know that major figures in banking and the world scene, such as Ray Dalio and Larry Fink, recognize the significance of blockchain technology, don't we? All transactions are able to be traced back to you. Furthermore, I am aware that some individuals think, oh no, I don't want my transactions tracked. That's precisely what some of these large corporations want. Openness so they can track the whereabouts of all this money. Isn't that right? That simply cannot be done that quickly and affordably. Thus, it fulfills a very practical necessity for us. Furthermore, in the unlikely event that our LPs redeem, we will simply transfer the money back in XRP whenever they request a portion of it. Additionally, there is no 1-day wait for us wires or a 3-day wait for overseas cables. We don't cover other costs like wiring fees. Simply put, I fail to see why that is so difficult to comprehend. Therefore, putting aside the religious conflicts and tribalism, it excels in certain things, and for that we adore it. Having said that, I'm not a special advocate for XRP just because we're using XRP. They don't employ me. Our LP isn't the corporation per se. The following are other XRP patients. They appeal to me. They're fantastic in my opinion, but right now they make up less than 5% of our total assets. For example, while we do invest in XRP, the majority of our holdings are in other assets. You must have other obligations, don't you? Everything cannot be in XRP. To be honest, I was heavily invested in XRP during the bad market. You can't be in one item at a time. So when the market began to pick up steam, I shifted wealth into other things. I've come to realize that repeatedly. I had way too much stuff during the last bull market, right? After that, it was reduced to a select few items. I have about 20 to 25 assets that I believe will perform well in this bull market. So I'm kind of like, all right, let's simply take a big risk and throw some big money at these. That's the task at hand. We're making assumptions. Regardless of what others may say, your closest friend be, yeah, we are still in a full-fledged speculative market. Another YouTuber. The utility portion is coming, but it is taking a while. Regulation is necessary. Never be duped by anyone. As a result of my work, I interact with a lot of blockchain companies. If stablecoins or other cryptocurrency regulations were implemented, businesses may. I function somewhat as a conduit for information between information-seeking individuals and the projects that want to provide it to them. Because it's unclear, they frequently tell me that they don't want to build in the US or provide their services to Americans. Additionally, the SEC will continue stating that it is evident. It's obvious, quite evident. It's also obvious that these businesses are concerned if you speak with them directly, don't you think? I'm not sure scared is probably not the best description. Underscared is probably the same as being worried. Anyway, on Tuesdays, CryptoNears subscribers receive free weekly market updates. Every single person on the planet sends me stuff every single week. And I offer the best projects, seed round possibilities, airdrops, pre-sales, and everything else that I believe has a genuine chance of succeeding. I use those in such no-cost conversations. Many come in, find something of value, pick up some knowledge, and experience some personal growth. Of course, the more time you can devote to comprehending what's happening in your surroundings on a macro level, understanding of cryptocurrency will be crucial to your success. If you're having trouble understanding what's going on, CryptoNears is a fantastic place to ask questions, get answers and direction on how to conduct research, find information, and carry out tasks in the cryptocurrency world. It's critical that you establish a safe haven. I'll talk to you then. By way of the Digital Euro Association, Ripple collaborates with the Eurodollar, being completely compliant with MiCA. The Eurodollar is a recent addition to the stablecoin market. An innovative finance company is launching a digital dollar produced in Europe, each and every. This will exist in some form throughout the nation. Now, no matter what you do, there will always be a few outliers who refuse to adopt it. However, in the majority of first world nations, the government essentially has the freedom to publish and act as it pleases. It will find adoption. All right, furthermore, I frequently hear people discussing R3 and Ripple. Just to be clear, years ago, R3 conducted a proof of concept using XRP and Ripple. They have since shifted their focus to assets like XDC. A couple, maybe 6-8 months ago, I was researching and thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if Ripple IPO'd? They had an absurd amount of money with which they could perhaps purchase R3. How much would it cost? I asked ChatGPT how much this was worth, and although it was difficult to estimate, they would need several billions of dollars to purchase R3. Even though it was only a proof of concept, it appears that R3 and XRP are still being discussed on social media. Crypto Eerie, I believe, included a video clip of one R3 member discussing their plans, but they haven't done much more since. That may also alter, don't you think? Everything could change at any time, but in my opinion, R3 has taken a different turn in relation to XRP. Tell them that, hey, I have saved half of their retirement. In addition to Dogecoin, XRP, and God knows what else, I find it quite disturbing that your platform cord is unrelated to the price of cryptocurrencies that we discuss. I am aware that you are interested in Ripple as a currency. This year, it has all fallen so completely apart. Look, the market is controlled by this guy. I am aware that you are interested in Ripple as a currency. This year, it has all fallen so completely apart. Therefore, Matt, I'm not really sure how to respond to your question regarding the cost of blockchain. However, there are good reasons why Ethereum and perhaps Bitcoin exist. However, As you are aware, there are currently hundreds of different cryptocurrencies available, and the majority of them, in my opinion, serve no real use. There are so many useless tokens among them. Whatever digital asset's utility or degree of usefulness will determine its long-term value. Thus, can you envision a dog wearing a hat or a cat wearing anything? Do you believe those assets will still be there in, say, 2, 3, 5, or 10 years? Tokens with no use case, by definition, hardly ever just have a community. They don't last very long, do they? You still have Doge and possibly SHIB from the previous market. However, the majority of the value in the cryptocurrency market is actually made up of thousands of tokens minus 20, 30, 30, 30, whatever, right? Daily creation of tokens and daily creation of scams. The majority of this value will be concentrated in a small number of 100 projects. That's what I think. In my opinion, the cryptocurrency market will experience a bust cycle, which will most likely occur around the number 28. But I do believe it will occur, and perhaps I'll be there because I have taken great care to ensure that the things I'm in have actual use cases. IMF on the growth of stablecoins, CBDCs, and digital currency. Sovereign stablecoins built on R3 are intended to be used or issued. And this guy is stating that although plans are fantastic, they aren't facts according to XRP. Therefore, we must observe how this constantly transpires. Seeing these IMF departmental papers about the growth of digital money is interesting. By late 2022, sovereign stablecoins aren't supposed to be issued. Am I right? Pardon me. The issuance of stablecoins is planned. Of course, things are constantly pushed back, though. We'll have to wait and see. I've always wanted to know if Ed Ferrido really believes a lot of what he posts. U.S. patent 115684889, created by Amazon, MoneyGram, and Ripple, describes automated trading platform that uses XRP to facilitate cross-border payments. We've heard in the past that Amazon may be interested in using XRP and Ripple to potentially facilitate payments, or that they may be working on that. Compared to what they currently use, it would be far less expensive. How much money would they save, do you think? You're talking about annual income in the billions. If they move this value using something like XRP, they would save that amount of money. The US patent is shown here. Here's the number after that. This is the date. Am I correct? 31st January 2023. MoneyGram International Inc. and last XRUSD to XRP to MXN settlement down here. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. I'm hoping they make use of it. Hopefully they make use of it. The panorama of future finance is multi-token and multi-system. Fine, you have real-time growth settlement systems, central banks and RBDC operators, correct? Then there's Bank A, BC, and so on. And then there are corporate wallets between them. And they each have their own wallets, is that correct? Thus, you are able to have a RAP CBDC. You are able to possess the growth settlement systems in real time. You possess the FBSS, RBDCs, and depository trusts. I take it that all of this is interchangeable. You might compare this to Amazon and Best Buy. And I'm just listing the stores where I shop, is that right? It doesn't matter what the major industry is, they can all develop unique cryptocurrency wallets, stable coins, and methods of transferring money between them. However, you do require an intermediary asset to connect each of these values, correct? Reduce danger. Their assets won't be held by one another. And this is a fantastic video. HSBC's Burgaselic talks about the new tokenized gold product for retail investors and the possible applications of banks. I'll play this for you, please. What might some of that be, you ask? Therefore, would I be allowed to use some of these tokens as collateral for another operation if as an investor I own part of them? It's a really good question. Yes, at this point we are investigating this, and not right now. No, it's not available right now. However, going forward, sure, we are investigating this since, for instance, you may wish to use your gold tokens as collateral to obtain a loan. Yes, it would be at this point, it's being investigated and discussed internally. In addition, we are considering additional features for the future, and we're searching. The man question, so what they're saying here is can someone who has tokenized gold go out and borrow money with it or utilize it for another purpose? And he added, this guy from HSBC says it's not in the plans right now, but it is in the future, right? They have given this a lot of thought and are attempting to determine the best course of action for banks, institutions, and central banks to take in order to achieve widespread adoption. I mean, it's all coming. It is taking a very long time, and we must continue learning till it arrives. We must continue to develop, and it could transform our life if we can maintain our focus on what is ahead. And that's the reason every one of us is here. I'll talk to you then. I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate you subscribing.